Hello! Woohoo!
That's our conference to kick off E3 2019. I wouldn't say kickoff, but our major conference for Microsoft or the Xbox briefing. Welcome to my reactions or recap. Has some background noise, but hopefully it's not too loud. We have a lot to go through. And first things first, I want to say my audio was messing up for my EA or EA play from my recap yesterday that we did, and we still have Bethesda's later, so I'll be back with a similar video and Devolver Digital for later tonight that I'll also be talking about. So those are our conference for today. Our conferences coming up, last two conferences for today's at least. So every game that I'm going to mention and the details I'm going to share is going to be listed in the description from the title names. And you guys, one thing I'm doing differently is I'm going to link you guys to their press conference that's streamed or wherever else I can find it, so you guys can watch for yourselves to go to scroll through if you want to look for something in particular. I'm sure some of these games have trailers of themselves coming out right now, even around as I do this, it's already going to be out as well. So we got a lot to go through, and then we got to see that Halo game, but I'm going to talk about that last. But just to kick it off, some games that they showed to kick off the show. A game called Outer Worlds set to come out October 25th. And some of these games, I think I missed the dates. Like this one, for example, which was their next game, Bleeding Edge. And then a brand new game called Ori, another game, Ori is in the works. And I like these games. And I think some of these indie games, it's going to be a variety of indie games I'm going to go and list to you guys. I didn't catch them all because they were going back really fast for most of these games that they were showcasing. These games don't really get the spotlight. Most people don't really play them. They'll skip them and just ignore them if it's not like a major game like Gears of War or some kind of game that they're really into. They'll just skip by them. But this game really looks cool, and I've really gotten into the indie games, and I'm playing one already right now that's really recently new. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is coming out February 11th of 2020. And just from the gameplay itself, it just reminded me of one of the other indie games that I played that was recently free for PlayStation Plus called Formula 8, and many other games. It's just the gameplay style reminded me of it, especially this Ori Will of the Wisps. Formula 8 was one of the Plus games that was an indie game that was free. So it gave me that feeling. I never played an Ori game before, but I feel like I want to play it now just from watching. It's a cute game, and people just don't give those games a chance. Minecraft fans, you guys have a new game coming out, Minecraft Dungeons 2020, December 2020. It's going to have local and online co-op. It plays like one of those other games, I can't really think of it. It's like with the camera overhead, but I forgot the name of it, but it looks pretty good. I never really played much Minecraft anyway. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, we already got to see this brand new Star Wars game that they showcased from last year that they already were talking about last year, but we got to see first glimpse at it from yesterday's EA Play press conference from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And just like I said, we just got to see the trailer, like a different trailer for the game itself. But just like I said, I wasn't really into Star Wars, to be honest. I was really much of a fan of it. I like the movies. I just haven't played much of the games. But this game definitely is the game that I want to really get into. But this is coming out November 15th of 2019, and then the movie a month before the new movie comes out in December. Now this was one of my favorite games. I'm going to start talking about some of my favorite games as I go through here. The large list of games that they went through here. Ever seen that movie Blair Witch? I always love, and just being a horror movie fan, I love scary movies, and I like watching this. This is just one of my top favorites that I've seen, the Blair Witch Project. That is two different movies from the series, and now they decided to make a game. I thought this was a brand new Outlast just from looking at the gameplay. It looked really good, so I'm excited for this. But this game didn't have a release date, so I don't know when it's going to come out. Maybe it's going to come out sometime next year. But it's pretty cool to see that they're going to make a video game of some of these great movies, and now it's just vice versa. Games that are becoming movies now, and now they're doing movies turned into games and stuff like that, like Spider-Man that plays similar to it, and all the Avengers game that we didn't see yet, for example. So it's just going back and forth. Games are becoming movies. Now movies are becoming games. And now this is just going to be one of the movies to take it. I think this looks really good. And I think this is going to appeal to those who like Outlast and just those Resident Evil games. And it plays like it. It seemed like it was. I thought it was Alan Wake at first too. Just up in first person. Cyberpunk 2077, Keanu Reeves hits the stage, so he was in the game. This looks really good. I think a lot of people are really going to be more excited. A personal favorite for Cyberpunk throughout this conference. And we got the final release date because they've been showcasing and promoting this game a few times now. This is coming out April 16th, 2020. And just to say it, spring is looking really good for next year for all the games that's going to be set for this. And he was out there on the stage to say that you can customize your character from the in-game choices, and then some other details. You got to see like the trailer, and the trailer itself that looks really good too. So you guys can want to definitely check that out. Keanu Reeves is definitely doing it big. He's already in Fortnite because they put his skin, the actual John Wick skin from John Wick Chapter 3 in it. Now he's making another appearance in a whole different video game, Cyberpunk. So that's gonna be dope. Now we're gonna get into the indie games. We have a lot of them to go through, and just like I said, I missed them. I didn't get every last one of the indie games here. Spiritfarer and Battletoads was right after that. Nice to see Battletoads, a nice classic, but then we have a lot of indie games, and these look pretty cool, but they go so fast. You only just get like 2 seconds to try to get the names down for all the indie games here. They're all different, so I'm just gonna name them for you guys. The Legend of Wright, set to 2020. That was another cool game that I really liked. That looked unique, and it's just like it was written from a comic book, like drawn in and just written in, but it's just a whole different world. It's like you're inside a book world or something. Start Renegade, Tabs, The Good Life, Killer Queen Black, Riverbond, Undermine, Secret Neighbor, Totem Teller, and then I missed the rest of them. And then with these indie games, a detail I can just share with you guys is that they said all these games that I'm naming for you are gonna be they're going to be available on the Xbox Game Pass Day 1 if you guys want to check these indie games out. And then some more Game Pass information for you guys. Speaking of Game Pass, that's newer games that you guys can play today. Sunday, Batman Arkham Knight is now available to play. Metro Exodus, and then Borderlands, the Handsome Collection. I think one more game that I ended up missing, I didn't catch. But those you can play today, so you guys can check that out. If you guys have Xbox Game Pass out there, you guys can play those games today. So those will be available for you guys to check out. And then more Game Pass information. The Xbox Game Pass for PC is getting the Halo Master Chief Collection and then some other games as well. And you guys can get in on that beta that launches today. They said 100 PC games by August. They're expecting for Xbox Game Pass. It's going to be $9.99 a month for that price. And then Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, some information about that. That's going to include Xbox Live Gold, and it's going to also include the regular Xbox Game Pass, and then also the Game Pass for PC that you guys can check out. So both Game Pass, console and PC, with Xbox Live Gold is included with Xbox Pass Ultimate or Ultimate Game Pass. The next game after that, after all that information for the Game Pass, my Microsoft Flight Simulator. That was it. Agent Empire Definitive Edition, Wasteland 3. Some of these games didn't even have dates that they showed. Some news about Double Fine. I couldn't wait for this. I'm playing Psychonauts already. I just started recently playing. I need to get back to it. But as a retro, but they have Psychonauts 2. I was hyped for this. This is a personal favorite for the conference. Double Fine is joining Xbox Studios. And then right after that, a new Lego Star Wars game. It's called Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. I was say Skywalker Sage. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. That's coming out 2020. And then if you love Dragon Ball Z like I do in anime, you were really excited for this too. Another personal favorite I can name, alongside the Psychonauts 2 that I just finished talking about. See, I don't know much about it because I didn't finish the first game. I didn't even see any recent characters that I recognized from the game. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, coming early 2020. Now from the gameplay, I thought this was a whole brand new Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi because it plays almost similar to it. If you guys check this out, if you love the DBZ games, But all these games coming out next year, crazy. Another interesting game that caught my eye was this game called 12 Minutes. This didn't have a release date either, but it seems like it's an indie game. Some news about Gears of War 5, the brand new Gears of War. We got a release date for that. Gears of War 5 set for September 10th, and you can play 3 days early with the Ultimate Game Pass if you choose to get that. So some other things about Gears of War 5. They showcased versus tech tests that you guys can participate and get in on this July, and then they showcased this game mode called, it's a 3-player co-op mode called Escape. And then they said if you pre-order the first week, during the first week, you get this, I guess I'm not sure if it's an expansion or some kind of DLC, or maybe it's a whole separate different game included with it, or maybe it's a game mode that's going to be included in Gears of War 5. It's called Terminator Dark Fate. So let's get to the rest of this. They showed off an Xbox Elite controller. If you guys are interested in that, you guys check that out. Dying Light 2. I never played Dying Light before. It really makes me want to get into the series. Dying Light 2 is set for spring 2020. Lego Speed Champions DLC expansion announced for Forza Horizon 4. You guys can play that this week. That's going to be coming out this week. And then Gears of War Pop. They showed this last year. I remember this game. This is a mobile game for iOS and Android, and you can pre-register for it now if you guys can, if you're interested. I don't even know if you guys, I thought this was a whole nother game, a console game. It's a mobile game. From what I don't think it was. I don't remember it. It seemed like it was. They just didn't show it yet. But if you guys want to play Gears of War Pop, if you collect those, you might be a fan. You might be a fan of this. State of Decay 2 has a DLC. It's called the State of Decay Heartland DLC that you guys can play right now if you guys want to play. Phantasy Star Universe. Phantasy Star fans out there, I have that one of the games, Phantasy Star Universe. That's what I was thinking about. I have that on PS2. That's one of the first ones I have. I haven't really played much of the Phantasy Star Universe, Phantasy Star games, but they look really good. So we got they announced Phantasy Star Online 2 set for 2020. Games like Crossfire X. That's going to be from, I guess, the first actual PC game coming to Xbox, I think. Could be wrong. Crossfire X coming in 2020. And then I love the Tales series. Tales of Arise looks amazing. I played a variety of those. I love those JRPG games. They're some of my favorite games I ever played. The games that really got me into the JRPG series and the role-playing games, the Tales series. It's always different characters. It's always different stories that can be told with the characters that you begin to get to know and love as you get through the game and progress through the story. I really like that. And then plus the battle system, the specials, the different abilities that they learn. And then you want to try out the other characters that you can switch to in the middle of a fight instead of using the same character. So it's really good and well done. So this is coming out in 2020. A lot of 2020 releases. Borderlands 3 that they showcased, and you guys have already probably seen the announcements for that. I really want to get into this and get this game and play it. Do some co-op with this. That's coming out sometime in September 2019. But only played a little bit. I played the first one and then a little bit of the second one. But I didn't really finish the game. So I'm really trying to we got the Hanson collection right now out for free. So we could play that as well. This game called Elden Ring that they showed. And then this is leading to the new console information. The new console info. Project Xcloud, they talked about console streaming, so that's going to be available this October. And then the new console is Project Scarlett. So just like I thought, it's just most people saying Xbox 2. But this is not going to be coming till holiday 2020. But one thing I can say that's pretty cool with it, it's coming out with Halo. So that's going to be dope. Just to see, just watching the gameplay. But that's the only one game that we can see for the console itself. And you guys might be able to get excited for the features with that you guys can use different tools and then just streaming capabilities at 120. It said 120 frames per second FPS, and then some other features they're going to probably share really soon. And I'm going to be surprised going into the next year they're going to showcase some other games that's going to be coming out. Maybe some more exclusives, which I would like to see for the console itself. Maybe some other games that they're probably going to showcase that's going to be available on the Xbox 2. The Xbox, or Project Scarlett they call it, is the new console. So with it, this new Halo game is called Halo Infinite. So it seems like it's a completely redone and just a whole different game. It seems from watching the trailer. It looks really good. You got Master Chief coming back up in there, being rebooted at the beginning. It looks lit. So that's all. That's all the conference. It was just so many games to really get through. I saw more indie games than anything else, but the indie games are pretty cool. So favorites I can just name, just going through and thinking about it. I really like Blair Witch. I don't know about anybody else who really liked either watched the movie before, but that really looks cool that they're gonna make a game for that movie, because they haven't even really done another movie after they came out with Blair Witch 2. I'm saying I'm going with my personal favorites or highlights, but the console is pretty cool. But it's just some games. Let's talk games. Blair Witch, Cyberpunk. I'm gonna say for my personal favorites. I guess I can say Battletoads for the retro, which was this cool. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I can say it's another favorite, especially Psychonauts too. And then that Tales of Arise, I gotta go with those as a highlight. And then also Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. But those are my highlights. I don't know what you guys would say for yours, but we still got more consoles. They might even talk about even more, because they said more information is going to be shared, I guess, inside of Xbox set for sometime Monday. So I'm sure you guys will be able to find out more details about the console, but I couldn't really get much of any information about it. We got our release date sometime in holiday 2020. We got the game, the one game that they showcased, the brand new Halo game. So you already know that's going to be good, arguably. So you can't really just say, well, that's already predictable, so that we already know we're going to get a Halo game. But I would just like to see more games for it, but as cool as the console it is, and even no matter how powerful it is, I think the games will make a huge difference, because people want to play games when you get a console. You just don't want to just play the features. The features are cool and all, but I just get consoles to play games. I don't just be sitting there watching Netflix and just being on YouTube and then just watching TV, anime, Crunchyroll, or going on different apps and all that. I want to play games, so I would like to see them come out with more games for it. But let me know what you guys enjoyed and liked the most about this conference, your personal highlights for the games, and I'll be back with a similar video later today with Bethesda's conference, and hopefully they can bounce back from Fallout 76, just like I said yesterday. I'm hoping that they show some more stuff, because I feel like they really need to show some more things besides Fallout 76, because that was a disappointment. I'm glad I didn't buy that game. But thank you guys for watching. I'll be back with Bethesda later tonight, and then Devolver Digital, that I know this is probably going to do some crazy stuff. So I'm excited, and there's still plenty more conferences to cover. We got Ubisoft, Square Enix, and PC Gaming tomorrow, and then Nintendo and many others coming up, and many more videos similar to this to talk about the games and the trailers and all the news that they share. They might even show some more details for Xbox, the new console that we got to see, Project Scarlett. That looks pretty cool. But just as I said, I would like to see more games. So exciting as it is, you definitely want to probably just see what kind of games is going to be heading over to the new consoles that you guys can play. We don't even know if it's going to be backwards compatible, but knowing them, it might be. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you guys think about the conference.